You're listening to 105.5 The X Factor. Craig Stone here in the studio this afternoon, and I'm excited about this. This Thursday night, the 22nd, East Central University's Hallie Brown Ford Fine Arts Center is bringing Paul Reiser. Very special show, and Paul is on the phone with us right now to tell us all about it. So thank you for joining us.
My pleasure to join you, and thank you for having me, because I will tell you, calling you and talking is so much easier than going door to door.
You talk about the easy life. I'm looking at your schedule, the things you've got coming up over like the next 6 months alone. You are insanely busy. How do you keep up with everything?
Cutting out sleep, I find, helps.
It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, that's for the weak. No, it's been, I'm having a great time and getting to do some fun TV projects and movie projects. And as much as I can, I get to go out and perform and do stand-up. And I don't know that I've performed in Oklahoma, to tell you the truth. Once I did a casino in Tulsa a few years back. But I'm looking forward to this because there's no machines gambling and ringing in the ears. I'm told it's a beautiful theater on the campus, and it should be a great fun night.
All right. Well, we are definitely looking forward to it. Now, besides the show, you've got you mentioned some TV projects coming up. Your season 2 of Red Oaks coming to is it Amazon? Is that right?
I'm on a show. Yeah, it's called Red Oaks on Amazon, which is. It's just a great new, 5 years ago, you couldn't say I have a show on Amazon or Netflix. It's a new world. And the tricky part is explaining to somebody of a certain age, anybody a little older than me, how they can watch Amazon. I have relatives in their 70s and 80s that'll say, "Well, what channel is it on?" Well, it's not a channel. You have to get a computer. Well, what day is it on? Anytime you want. It's hard to explain it to people.
Now, one of the other advantages of technology and the internet is I don't have to come up with my own interview questions. I got online. I asked the listeners, what do they want to know from Paul Reiser?
You might not be as brilliant and as charming as you appear to be here?
Not even 2%.
Wow. What a disappointment.
Well, here's what we got. Jerica wanted to know, what words of encouragement or advice would you have for an aspiring actor or comedian?
Oh, run away. Run away. No, I don't. Well, you know what? I always tell people, certainly, for comics, it sounds simple, but do it. Do it as much as you can, because there's in any way that you can. When I started, I was 18 and I started in college, but they had comedy clubs and in New York, and that was really the beginning of it. And I would go on any night that I could, and you suddenly, after a year or two, and it takes a couple of years till you start getting your legs and feeling it. So there's no substitute for literally just jumping in. I was talking to one guy, young guy, recently, who asked me the same question, and I said, I want to do it, but I'm scared. And I said, well, you have to, push through it. He said, yeah, but I'm scared. I said, well, all right, then don't do it. Nobody. That's the great thing about America. Nobody's going to make you do comedy. Do you have something in your head from back when you were first starting out that's just like a nightmare story of something going so wrong at one of your first shows? That's so funny. I was actually talking to somebody about the very first time I went up, and I was 18, and I had 5 minutes of very, very weak material. And I probably got a few laughs, but what's great is, and this is how nature takes care of you, you're insulated when you're young. You're insulated with a great coat of stupidity. So I didn't know quite how bad I was until years later. I went, oh my goodness, I had nothing. I was standing up there with nothing. So it probably was worse than I remember. But at the time, you got to jump up. And what I do remember is that on an occasion when I would have a bad night and just didn't work, or the audience was terrible, my first thought was, man, I can't wait to get up and do this again and get that terrible taste out of my mouth. So that's when I realized I must love doing this, when good nights and bad nights both led to me saying, I want to do it again. So it's like a roller coaster that makes you nauseous, and you still get online again. Next question. Micah wanted to know, when is Mad About You going to be on Netflix? She added, missed that show, and also the movie Bye Bye Love so much. Oh, very kind. I don't know. I don't know how that works with Netflix, and I know we just released the full box set of DVDs with all 7 seasons, because I didn't know for a while that a few of the last seasons were not available for years. But so that's probably your best bet. But I will call you at home as soon as I find out.
All right, sounds good. And Brittany, I like this one. She said, ask him what kind of face cream he uses. That's impressive. I got to say, you have stayed insanely young over the years.
Oh, you're very kind. We have a puppy, a boxer puppy, that licks my face, and I don't know, whatever it does seems to be keeping me alive.
All right, so Brittany, just borrow his boxer and you'll be good.
Get a dog and take 1 or 2 laps around the face in the morning. You should be good to go.
All right, again, well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
The show is
see you Thursday.
Thursday night, September 22nd. Tickets are $30. You can get them at 580-559-5751. Show starts at 7:30 and get more details at ecok.edu/fine
And you know what? Also, I want to mention the money back guarantee. If you come down and for whatever reason you don't have the best time of your life, I will come back in a couple of months and I'll take you to see somebody funnier.
All right, I
love
that.
You can't beat that.
Again, Paul Reiser right here on 105.5 The X Factor.
Thanks, Greg.